Yeah, hello. Good evening. I think that we can start because I'm recording the session. And if anybody will join later, I will also send those people the presentation. Sometimes there are more people there, sometimes less. Let's see if somebody will just join us or in a couple of minutes. But anyhow, I think that we can start. So Mr. Hessenbuch, you're also a German citizen?
I'm American.
Ah, you're American. Ah, okay. That's okay because of your name, Arne. I thought it's a German first name. Okay, but anyhow, that's good. So then it is a multicultural group. Darwin Veles, Sabenas Tabrizi. I hope I pronounce it right. But today it's a little bit about to show you what we are actually planning, or what is the scientific approach, empirical approach. So the topic today is about global leadership mindset development program. I also have done 4 sessions before, but this is the reason why it's 5.0. So next week it will be 6.0. A little bit of my history, but you can also have a look at later about some of this destinations. So work experience from Germany, from Austria, from Ireland, and also from Brazil. And in January, I will be professor in Mexico. So at the Tec de Monterrey. So a little bit of intercultural journey of myself. So today we will focus on the topic of global mindset. And I mean, you can see it in a lot of job postings, not even for really big companies or multinational, however you claim them. But also for mid-sized or even for entrepreneurs. So sometimes you talk about global entrepreneurs, international new ventures, but global mindset is some kind of success factor when you're looking at people sending abroad. International business is people business, so we always need to look at about how somebody can adapt to different cultures in communication style, negotiation, or whatever. And we can see that global virtual teams also fail because of miscommunication, misinterpretation. Sense making is different. How to communicate, high context, low context communication. Some of you might know that, or the different terms. But also, what about concerning mergers and acquisitions? I mean, now we have also a turbulent market in different industries, and also because of people problems. No, I mean, Danone in China had problems, so French and Chinese companies, and perhaps also a little bit about communication issues. But there are a lot of different companies failing abroad. I mean, the list is endless, I would say. But what about also to send somebody abroad? What about the so-called ocean model? So the personality traits, there is also a lot of research that openness to experience might be one of those success factors, and perhaps agreeableness. So these two are also relevant in sending somebody abroad. But on the market, there are different assessment tools. How to select somebody. Is it better to send a German manager to United States, or better to send this person to Mexico? How much can this person adapt? I mean, the most, I mean, you can see a lot of examples in the Champions League. I mean, they are leading, they are leading very multicultural teams in Europe. Even my favorite team is also Bayern Munich. So here you can see different players. And also different coaches from different countries. But this is something which is more or less a success factor, a global mindset. It's not only a soft factor, but perhaps it's a factor which also needs to be clarified where to establish a global mindset. So it could be an individual person, like sometimes you have a new CEO coming from abroad, coming from a different region or area. I mean, you can see it also with Kaspar Röhrstedt, now leading Adidas. Before he was leading Henkel, like the company doing adhesives and washing powder. But also, what about the top management team? How much diversity is there? I mean, when you take a look at Fortune 500 or even S&P companies from the United States, you can see that most of these people leading the company are coming from this country. So they're not even locals. I mean, in the United States, in California, you can see a little bit more diversity, Chinese community, Mexicans. But perhaps when you see overall the Fortune 500, that there are still not so much diversity if you would imagine. And they are not even active all over the planet, but sometimes only in 2 regions, and doing a lot of business between those regions. Or is the point of implementing or cultivating a mindset or global mindset at the organizational, at the corporate level? I mean, sometimes you can see it within companies like Henkel, establishing different programs like the so-called 222 approach, sending people in 2 countries outside the home country. People must have at least work experiences in 2 different business functions: marketing, finance, marketing, procurement, marketing, and research and development. And also they must have at least work experience in different products. So like I mentioned before, washing powder or glues. And this is sometimes also, or they are trying to make subsidiaries stronger, like job rotation across borders, like trainee programs, not only in one country, but perhaps in different countries. What about having the head of finance in Europe and the head of procurement in China and the head of IT in India, for example? So, and then that these people are meeting not always in the headquarters, but circling around. But today we will focus on the individual level. I just wanted to show you different parts. So the global local dilemma we have in all business function, not only in human resource, but also in marketing, in procurement, and in research and development. So we have some parts which needs to be standardized globally, and we have a lot of parts which needs to be locally adapted. Now, so take a look at the HR department. So for example, do you have a global training, organizing a global leadership program for participants coming all over the world? Or what about some local issues like local laws, labor laws, and this could be an issue even if this company is globally active or internationally active. Some parts which are very localized, some laws, or I'm not talking about holidays or anything, but also about working hours and what is permitted or not, data protection. You know what I mean. So the point is that we have a mix of different levels: CEO, team level, or top management team mostly, and the corporation. At the end, it is some kind of interactive process. So global mindset can only be spreaded around like you know it from COVID. You must have some people to empower them, and you must have people with some kind of global DNA, global mindset DNA, and empowering these, giving them projects, and to have people with spirit, multiculturally, where perhaps the parents were expatriates, where they are open-minded. I mean, look at, for example, L'Oreal. So L'Oreal claims themselves as a multicultural company. They take for the new product development only multiculturals. So they want people growing up in different areas, traveling a lot, or that their parents moved. And also that they say, you are good in organizing new products. You're open-minded, you're flexible, you're good for our company. At the end, you can see that these 40 product development teams worldwide, I mean, the makeup is different in the United States to Brazil, to France, or to Indonesia, or Malaysia, or China, Russia. So the point is different. People have different skin types, hair, and so on. You know what I mean? So the point is that when you look at the top management team of L'Oreal, you can see that they are claiming to be a multicultural company, but 100% is French blood in the top management team. You can even Google it, and you can look at however they present themselves, but there needs to be a rethinking. When you're doing business of L'Oreal in China of 30%, to my point of view, you must have somebody or a representative in the management board from China or from Asia. It doesn't matter. But this is something where we need a rethinking, where we need companies to be more open-minded. I mean, people will lose power. This is right. No, but at the end, it's about to see, are we a French company or are we a German company like Siemens, or are we a worldwide active company where everybody gets the same rights or the same possibility to get the CEO position? Yeah? And this is perhaps something relevant in the future, a rethinking of how to handle these global enterprises. At the end, it's about that the global mindset needs some parts to be differentiate different information. So openness on different cultures. So you must get to know that even the Brazilian culture is not one single culture. You have 28 states. You have different mindsets of people, different consumer behaviors, even within one big country or within South America region, when you take the whole region, Latin America. And on the other side, you must also look at to integrate different markets. Sometimes you have positions like the EMEA position, European, Middle East, Asia, or you have some other positions in different areas. No? So Southeast Asia, like there's one region for different countries. So the point is that global mindset consists of differentiation and integration. Now, so when you ask me, what is a global mindset? It is somebody leading a team, a global team, and asking each of the team members from different countries, what is your opinion on this global strategy and how to adapt it? So first of all, this person gets a differentiated perspective, but at the end needs to integrate all the information and to make a decision. Now, I mean, I'm not talking about group decision or single decision. This is also different in different countries or different regions. But at the end, it's about cognitive complexity. It's about to differentiate and to integrate. And when we look at one of those big companies in Germany, and the German telecommunication company, they have two programs for global leaders. It's complexity management and it's emotional intelligence. And for the top leaders, they are providing these two kind of courses. So when we take a look at what is the global mindset, it's something like we all need to do right now. This is something we are not in the comfort zone. We don't know, we don't have full information. We don't know what's happening in the next week. I mean, today it was the highest amount of numbers in Germany of new COVID infection, 40,000, the highest one since 2 years. Roughly 80% of all people are vaccinated, but the people who are not vaccinated, it seems that now it is exploding. And even people over 70 needs to get the third shot. This is the booster shot, they are calling it here. Yeah, okay, but the VUCA word, and this was normally something for international leaders. They are going abroad, they don't know anything, they don't know whom to trust, where to get information, and are people reliable, and all of these issues. So the point is how to develop a global mindset, or why is global mindset is relevant. I mean, there are different studies and different, I would not say about benefits, but global mindset is a success factor. And with people with a global mindset, it's more about identifying opportunities. It's more about taking risks. It's more about not failing abroad so much. It's about that the revenue increases. Diversity is, in the beginning, it takes a lot of conflicts, but perhaps also for innovation, it is good. So in order to see how could a global mindset develop, the most relevant thing is to articulate your own current mindset. And your own current mindset, you will be confronted when you're crossing borders, when you live abroad, when you see that the clocks are running differently, when you see that people interpret things differently, when you see that making sense is different, when you see that punctuality is a lot or very relevant in Germany, but in other countries, it has not the same validity. So, but I mean, it also depends on the people where they would like to work. Now, I mean, when you would like to work for Bayer or for Siemens, it is an international active or global active company. So you must also be curious in order to work there. Not everybody needs to work in an international company, but I mean, in Germany, they are doing a lot exporting or a lot of subsidiaries. So it's part of the industries in Germany to do this cross borders. And then you negotiate, you communicate via LinkedIn or via Zoom, like we are going to do it, or MS Teams or anything. So the point is that we need to get used to it, and we need to get asking questions. So the only possibility to have success abroad is to ask questions. How do you use my product? What about the product size, the packaging? What about which consumers? How to target them? What about marketing mix or anything? So the point is that diversity and novelty is relevant to speak to local people, to adapt, to get or to read something in between the lines, and also to integrate this new knowledge that you say, the people in Germany, when you're going into Eastern Germany, they are sometimes not so open-minded, or when you're going to the north, they are also quiet, but in the area close to Netherlands, where I live in Düsseldorf, Cologne, they're very open-minded people and they have an international airport, and so the people are different than perhaps in some other regions. So the point is to get to know diversity, novelty, but also to integrate that. And now comes the practitioner-oriented part. So the point is that we checked a lot of competencies, and we checked which of those competencies relate on developing a global mindset. So there are a lot of lists of different competencies, nearly 200, 250 global leadership competencies and so on. And we said, no, but how can we better classify them? So we did it very simple. We said, okay, cognitive, affective, behavioral, this we know already. This was intercultural training. You need parts which relates to the understanding, the thinking, the knowledge, the cognitive. People need to go, and in order to try new things, they need to observe how they feel, how the body reacts, and also what does it make to them. And at the end, it's about the behavioral change. Culture determines behavior. Now, when I'm going to Brazil, I must be more patient. Going to the bank, going into the supermarket, the system is completely different to Germany. Here, it is a process perspective. The more people are at the queue, the more money they will get, and it is speed. In a German supermarket is speed, but in some others, it's more on having an experience and a different way of going into a supermarket. So the point is that self-management becomes more relevant, energy, work-life balance. What about self-awareness? But I will show you the skills in a couple of seconds. And then the global leadership. What about leading a virtual team and some other parts? So here you can see this different competences. So all of this 85, so we reduced them to 85 competences, were related positively on developing a global mindset. So we checked the literature, we checked the studies, and then we did our new homework. So we checked, and then we said, hey, now we have 85 skills, but nobody needs 85, at least not in a high level or high value. So we checked those 85 skills, which of them are relevant in working in human resources, which of them are relevant in working in marketing. And we checked this with international global companies. So we did thousands of surveys in order to find out, and we are even more collecting data in different business functions. So for human resource, procurement, marketing, we have enough. For finance, we have found enough. We are still collecting some for supply chain, but we even have a first viewpoint research development, IT, logistics, we also collect a little bit more to get more trustworthy data. But what we see is from those 85 competencies, skills, we have seen that building trust is something very universal. You don't only have building trust number 1 in HR, but also in procurement number 4 or in marketing number 2. So you have some of these skills, and we found within all business functions, logistics, IT, research development, finance, so the others you could not see here, we saw that only 30 competences out of 85 were in the top 10. Now, okay, so what else did we do? We checked, because we asked 28 different positions in HR, what do you need in your job? So the global head of HR, global head of training, global HR business partner, global mobility, and many other positions. And so we checked, what do you need in your current job? And here we have willingness to understand others for the chief human resource officer, or we have for the global HR business partner, cognitive flexibility as one of the most important things, and motivation and engaging skills is number 2. So what did we do next? We checked what skills does somebody need in an entry position in HR, as a middle manager in HR, or as somebody in the top management in HR. But we did the same for marketing, for finance, for procurement, and all the others. So what does somebody need from this 85 competencies, and especially in the entry-level position, in the medium, and in the other? We did not break it down here on this slide. It would be too complex, but cognitive competences are relevant in the beginner position. Then there is self-management and emotional or effective competences. So these 3 is relevant to provide managers with training. In the middle, for the middle managers, it's more the leadership skills. So how to motivate people, what about global talent management, what about leading a global business team. So these were all in the global leadership skills. And then we checked, what does somebody need in the top level of HR? And here we could see that emotional competences were of the highest value. So the highest one would be 5.0. So you can see that 4.22 is still high. Emotional intelligence is very relevant for people climbing up the career ladder. And this must be a very high value, like German Telekom is doing cognitive complexity management and emotional intelligence. Now, this I know before. 1 year before, I asked people, how do you organize your global leadership development program? So I asked 90 representative companies, German companies, German-speaking companies, Bosch, Siemens, Audi, BMW, Mercedes-Benz, and many more. Also hidden champions called. German mid-sized company, Mittelstand it is called. So the same we did for marketing and sales. We checked which of them are relevant in the beginner position. So here we have one more level, the junior level. So junior and medium is the low level. The senior level would be the middle manager position, and the top manager would be the executives. And the same we did for finance controlling. So what we say is that sometimes people are coming in leadership trainings and they need completely different skills. So you put in managers from HR with managers from marketing, and then you said, okay, now we are doing a leadership training because you are both middle managers. And does it make sense or not? We say, no, it does not make sense, because sometimes they need different areas or specific business function skills, which we also have found due to our research. Some of you will know that companies also have this way of organizing leadership programs, such as Lead Yourself, Lead Others. So when you are the first time in a leadership role, leading the leaders, so leading managers, lead the function, lead the organization. So what we also have now, why am I going to tell you this? Because we have a learning platform. And with a learning platform, we have different stages. So we work with business schools together, and people say, hey, we have now a bachelor, master students, they get top 10, or we have a manager like the global HR business partner. When you remember this, look at on the right perspective, cognitive flexibility, motivation, and so on. So what do these people get? They got a test, an assessment of cognitive flexibility in the beginning, 10 to 12 or 7 to 12 questions. After they did cognitive flexibility, we will check, does this person have a low level of this competency, a medium level, or a high one? And then we have for each of those levels different learning materials. So when you have 10 global HR business partner and they have cognitive flexibility, they have their own learning journey because they have a different skill level or competence level. So we have different learning materials. We have all the content has a review question. So we have a text, and the person needs to do the review question and needs to type in. Has another text, needs to type in. Has a video, needs to type in. And then when this individual learning is over, after 5 or 6 different sources, then comes the interaction with others. Then there comes a case study. It could be a Harvard Business or even other cases. And then they have on cognitive flexibility to work with other managers around the world on a different case study. What we also do within our program is that we have each week some kind of different kinds of, it's not a lecture, but it is a practitioner-oriented seminar. So one school is providing a course on negotiation skills. The next week is the other school providing something on complexity management. The other week is another school coming and talking about communication styles or anything. So that we have for each, not only student, but for each executive, we have an own learning path. So we still have only a couple of minutes, but I'm also mostly done. So the point is that after this 10 skills, which takes 2 weeks, each skill, 20 weeks, we have in this case at the end some kind of self-reflection. So we provide coaching sessions, so 3 times of coaching sessions in this program. So we have different schools participating. They are giving a certificate. We have 130 positions roughly. So as I told you, even for HR, we have 16, for marketing, we have 19, for finance, we have 12, and so on. And then we have that we have these lectures each Thursday on different parts. Now, so a 6-month program with 10 skills, 20 weeks, roughly 3 to 4 hours a week, and this over 6 months. Now, so the coachings are there that people check what do those managers, executives, what do they answer? And in order to tell them, and in order to show them how they are going to get better. So here we have, for example, procurement positions, or we have also HR positions here, like I told you, head of learning, global mobility, HR business partner. So we have this leading yourself. So each competency, an assessment, and each one takes 2 weeks with an own journey. But for example, here is embracing flexibility. So it's not only that people work together or will get a case when they are in this Lead Yourself program, but as I told you, it could be that this flexibility is in a completely different position from somebody else, that they connect. So the learning platform tells you who is in your group. There are push-up emails. In order that you're doing your parts, there is always the option to consult somebody within this program. So this is a little bit the approach, and perhaps you have some kind of questions about the program or about some misunderstandings, perhaps. Yeah, yes, please tell me, give me some feedback of Darwin, Veles, or Letizia. Can you speak or not? Letizia? Darwin,
Yeah,
Veles?
yeah, just listening.
Ah, okay.
Just listening.
Yeah, so what did you get? So what information did you get? I think you joined later, but do you have any questions? So where are you located? Where do you come from?
French, located in Vietnam.
Okay. So I mean, I also recorded the session, no, when you join
Yeah,
later.
I will have a look. Yes, thank you.
That you can also have a look at it. What about you, Darwin, Veles? Cannot speak or only in the chat? Okay, so thank you for the information. So I don't know if it works for you, but do you both have some questions about to join the program, or shall I send you the presentation, or because we still have 5 or 6 more minutes? So what information do you want from me?
George.
Yes.
Hello.
Hello.
Where I'm from, Bolivia,
cool.
South America. So my English is not is my native language, but I am so interested about the application of the skills and the information for the small business.
Yeah.
Yes. How do you think that these things about business we can apply in the small business, especially in my region, when the digital transformation is beginning? Well,
yeah, thank you very much for this questions, and Darwin. So I also work together with UPB, Universidade Público Bolivia.
Great.
Yeah. So I'm in contact with Sergio Garcia. I haven't. Let me check. I also can.
Yes.
I don't know if you know him.
Sergio Garcia Agreda.
Yeah. So I'm freak. I have my smartphone just there, but I'm connecting with him daily. And the point is that UPB is also so he likes this approach, and we would like to make a certification program. And the point is that what we are going to do is we can even also look what is for entrepreneurs relevant, which skills might be for an internationally active entrepreneur. So like risk-taking, like openness, like curiosity, like cosmopolitanism, and anything which might be relevant to train, to communicate. And this could be something relevant for you in order to join. Or when you say, I have contacts to other mid-sized companies or small companies, we can even say, okay, when you have 4 to 5 companies, we can make you a list of skills of a top 10, which is most adequate. Like you have seen, our approach is a little bit on, we have international global companies, already international global companies, and we ask them about their competences. But when you say we are currently very small and we are currently not internationally active, we can also try to look at what is the next step in order to get, like English skills, or what skills are relevant in the communication. So can you understand what I mean by this?
Yes, it's clear. So I'm happy to know you. And Dr. Sergio Garcia Agreda is my friend.
Okay, then
Okay.
please write him an email.
Okay.
I will also inform him, because we only have 2 more minutes. I only had today is a limited version here, but
Yes.
please send him an email, because we have a class in December. I'm teaching there at UPB. Also, I will be in Brazil because my wife is Brazilian. I don't want to make it so complicated, but I'm teaching there on the 3rd or 4th of I can also get your email. Okay. I will just take it out and then copy it, and that
Okay,
we keep in
thanks.
contact, and that you talk with him, because we are
Okay.
also currently not only testing, but when you say you have some interested company, we can make you a program together. And for me, I know that Bolivia is not a rich country. So for me, it is relevant to have people inside from all countries of the world in 10 years. So this could be something which we can offer you. So we are not making a German price because it is my product. We want people inside, and we want you to go to the next step.
Okay. Thank you, Dr. George. Nice to meet you. And well, it's my email for to connect with you. And well,
I will write directly in email.
Order.
I will write directly in email, and then we can connect. And then Garcia will perhaps you can also join in December, because we have a program there starting, but I don't know, perhaps.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
George. Bye-bye.
Bye.